everyone, I'm Caroline.
And I'm Phil.
And welcome to our French special. We're on holidays in France, and have we got a real treat for you today?
Yes, things are a little different, but true to form with the name of the channel, Let's Go with the Johnsons, we're taking you to France.
Yes. So we're going to two separate locations.
Indeed, and neither of them are as you would expect from some of our other videos we've produced perhaps, but they're certainly unusual, unpredictable, and extremely interesting.
Oh yes, I think so.
And they range from shopping through to exploring.
Yes,
I think that's a fair description of the two different genres. Shall we say? Is that the right word? Genres. Oh, we've got two genres. So the very first thing is the shopping.
Yes, and we went to somewhere, it's a farm, and it's called Emmaus House, and they have the most amazing selection of bric-a-brac, and it's like a thrift store, or a charity shop if you're in the UK, or an op shop if you're in Australia. But it's all in a farm in various different buildings, and it is such fun.
And in fairness, it is a charity store because Emmaus House is a significant charity that does phenomenal good work around the world. And the strange thing with this store as well is not only is it on a farm, not only do you have to go into barns and buildings to find things.
Which is fun on its own.
Oh yeah, and they have got everything from dirty great big wooden cabinets right down to small pieces of material and thread.
You can buy a little shot glass.
Yeah, it's all there. But the other strange thing is, perhaps for a thrift store or charity shop, is it only opens 2 days a week.
So you've got to be careful you get there on the right day.
Yeah, they open on a Saturday and a Wednesday, and then they close for lunch. So, unusual hours, but boy, are they busy. There are queues at the gates. People are running in there in order to get their purchases. So perhaps we'll take you across now, show you the footage and share our adventure at Emmaus House.
Come on, let's go.
Well, we've arrived at the farm and there's already a queue, and we're here about 10-15 minutes before they're due to open at 10 o'clock. So we'd better get in, and hopefully be able to do a little bit of filming in here and show you some of the goodies that we're looking at.
enjoying this video so far, then it would be great if you could give us a thumbs up or a like. Ooh.
That would be lovely.
Let's carry on.
Well, we're back on the road. We're heading back to our campsite, but we're just stopping off for some supplies. So over here, it's not our usual call to Asda's or Tesco's, but we're heading for a supermarket called Cora.
And around the roundabout the wrong way.
Yes, Caroline's busily driving round a roundabout, completely the wrong way for us folks from Britain. But of course, the rest of the country, you know what they're doing. Shopping all done. Back in the car. It is boiling here, so we're gonna have to make a move pretty quick back to the accommodation because we've got a fridge freezer there and we've got ice cream in the back. But as we're setting off, bit of a tradition for Caroline and myself, we do like to pick up a pastry on our first trip to the shops. Now, for me, it's a pan raisin, and I'm gonna get tucking in straight away.
Wow, that was fun. There was such an array of different items and so many bargains. People were buying, well, they were spending 100, 200, 300 euros at the little till place. Well, it's not a till place, it's a sort of payment place, we'll call it. You pick up your item, you take it to the till, they tell you the price and they give you a little note. You don't pay.
No, they write on there, even if you bought 12 things, they give you one note with, say, $28 euros on it. And then it's a particular colour.
Yes, so you know where to go back to. You then carry on shopping, and then eventually when you've got all your receipts together, you go to a payment booth, we'll call it, and you pay all your receipts. They then stamp the receipts, and then you have to go back to the individual places where you bought them, which is very confusing. It takes us a while sometimes.
Yes, that's why I was laughing, because I had a pinky coloured slip and a light pinky coloured slip, and I walked into the first place we'd gone to and I gave him the light pinky coloured slip and she kept saying rosé, rosé, rosé or whatever, and Caroline was going the pink one, the pink one, the pink one, and I was thinking I've already given her the pink one. And I don't speak any French other than un baguette s'il vous plaît, bonjour and au revoir and merci.
Like a native.
That's my full vocabulary. So I stood there and I realised I'd given her the wrong ticket. But the reason it was confusing is Caroline went wild.
Oh, I did.
She bought in 3 different departments and she spent €2 in each department, which got very confusing because normally I can remember the different amounts of money.
So this time it got a bit confusing, but we got there in the end.
Yeah, and as you say, all kinds there, people buying hundreds of pounds worth, and in the past we've bought lots and lots when we were mainline traders as our main employment.
Yes, I'm not sure what, because of Brexit now, lots of things have changed, so I didn't buy anything to resell here. It was just purely things for me and things for my craft.
Yeah, because we simply don't know the rules.
I think it was possibly import tax or something confusing.
But we'll
maybe
check
you
that
know.
out.
It'd be interesting to know.
But of course we were able to buy for craft purposes, for Caroline, for myself, for down the shed, for whatever, and for our own personal use, and you know, we've enjoyed doing that. So we did pick up a few items and we are going to share those with you in a moment. But first we'd like to show you our second location.
Oh yes. Now there was a little bit of a problem with showing the second location. We had everything prepared, and we'd been to this place once and we were going to go back and do a really great job of it with our new camera, and we charged up our battery packs, and Phil brought along, you want to show him our secret weapon?
I will indeed.
Because it's very dark where we were going to go.
I will indeed. And here it is, folks. Were we prepared or were we prepared? Look at this for a lighting system.
Oh yes, it's so bright. It would have been wonderful.
Mount the camera here, light all around. Hello.
And our battery packs are still charging in our kitchen back at home.
I was going to say, this is brilliant as long as you've got something to plug in on that end.
Yes, that is the problem.
But fair play. Don't panic, everyone. The house is not going to burn down because tech support Tim is there, so the battery packs are no longer charging at home.
No,
but they are at home in the kitchen.
Put that down now, we don't need it. It's not doing any good.
That is very true. In fact, we did need it, but we couldn't use it. So we still wanted to share with you this fantastic location. And as Caroline said, we visited it before because there's a beautiful village very near here. We were walking there just last night, and we love to go walk through the village past the church. We love to see the flowers and the fields and the buildings. It is such an interesting place. Even the graffiti is interesting because the graffiti is from sort
It's
of
carved rather than painted.
carved into the stonework, and probably from World War One or something like that, you know. So everything about the place, and it's so quiet.
It is. It's one of they describe a sleepy village, and this really is sleepy. You would swear everybody was asleep.
Yeah,
Not a sound.
Not the occasional car trundles through, but we step off the road for that because we're walking down the middle of the road because we forget that we're actually in a village. It just feels so beautiful, so dreamy, and the colours and everything. And it was a gorgeous, gorgeous evening last night after the storm. So, but just up above the village there, above the fields, you can see the forest. And beyond the forest, up on top of the mountain, there are the caves.
And they are exciting. Wow, I've never seen anything like it. It's so interesting to go looking around. It's very spooky. I was a little bit nervous.
Indeed, you were. And you can see that in the film we're about to show, because this first film shows our first encounter with the caves.
Yes.
When we discovered the caves, and we discovered something incredible inside the cave, and we'd like to share that with you right now.
But just to let you know, this was filmed with our old camera, and the footage isn't brilliant, but it's certainly good enough to show you exactly what it was like there. I think you'll enjoy it. Stick with it. It was absolutely amazing.
Oh, I think we found something, folks.
Okay, now that is more creepy than I thought it was going to be. Oh, there's another one.
That's impressive.
It's impressive and creepy.
You'll be glad to know we brought torches, and we've never been here before. We've done a little internet research to what to expect, and this is certainly, I have to be honest, far more atmospheric than anything on the internet gave me.
Now, Phil did read that there are apparently wild boars living in this cave.
Yeah.
So if you hear a grunting, then a screaming, then lots of footsteps, it's me running.
It's me abandoning the camera and making a run for it. It's quite amazing. Through there is... But, if you just look to your right there, okay? Now, there's a car. Well, that proves what I said, that they drive vehicles up here.
Barbecue, isn't it?
Yeah, somebody's had a barbecue up there, dumped it inside. I don't think that's from the Wartimes. I've seen the car maybe, because everything in here that's not metal is rotted, and the metal's pretty decayed by now.
Right, that's the cave down there. I'm going to try seeing if we can pick up an echo. Phil, if you go down about 5 feet and then shout into the cave, see if we get an echo. You're braver than me.
I go down 5 feet. Now I know I worked underground, but this is not quite the same. Okay, doke. Hello? No.
No.
Hello?
Hello, 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 hello.
The other scariest thing is not whether or not we get an echo, it's if somebody says, hiya, what do you want?
Yeah. At that point I run and leave you with the camera.
I think I'm going to venture in and have a little look. And I'll leave Caroline safely near the doorway so she can run away.
I'm not scared.
Should all go wrong.
Told you it was excited.
Caroline was genuinely scared. One of the things I said to Caroline about using this footage, and I hope it comes over to you, and that is, we could never have gone back and filmed this and got the reaction of seeing it for the first time.
No, we knew what to expect, but the first time it's really weird.
It really is. And to be honest, seeing that car in that cave was just so strange.
Yes, not what you expect to find in a cave.
And it certainly gave you a sense of history as you looked at the wreckage. But it got even better on day 2.
Yes.
Because we went back the following day in search of the second complex. What we never expected to find is what we're about to show you now.
I hope you're feeling brave.
I was.
I wasn't.
Well, I was a bit.
Going down here?
I'm going to have a go.
Right.
I'm going to have a go.
Okay.
If I can get down this first bit, and if I can get back up again, that's going to be interesting. Here we go. Yeah. Oh. Hey! Right. Want to come with me, dear? No. I'm hoping it's taking me somewhere nice. Well, not so it's nice, somewhere interesting. Can you hear me? Oh well, let's have a little look. It's pretty dark down here, folks, so let's hope the silly light keeps going, and let's hope I can remember my way back to Caroline, because here we have lots and lots of corridors. Now I've got my steps back in, I don't want to lose sight of those. There's the main entrance, I believe. That's what we saw yesterday. That's the fan. There's the lettering. Okay, let's go get Caroline. And then I can show her what I found. Because that, behind the fence there... Ooh, heck, my light's going out. No, don't go out, light. Do not go out, light. Okay, that behind the railings is what I wanted to find. And I'll show that to Caroline, because I'm sure she's going to be brave enough to get in. I'm going to try going out this way, because this light's going dicky, so I think, rather than take a chance, I think I'll go through here. And then, that should be the car. Yep. There's the car that we were at yesterday. And here's the exit. It's nice to see a friendly face. I have, and I found a way out. It's alright, it was a bit scary going down through there, because, to be honest, I didn't know where the heck I was. And but I found my way through, and I was very relieved when I saw the exit.
Oh, look at that.
That earth has all come down from up there. That's the exit up into the forest. Imagine walking along there and falling, because there's no grace. I'm just here through this tunnel, which Caroline's taking the light through and leaving me in the dark. We have this.
So wasn't Phil brave?
Yes, rather. In fact, I don't know. There's a thin line, they say, between bravery and insanity, and I think I was straddling that line when I climbed down into that hole. Definitely. Because honestly, folks, I didn't have a clue where I was.
No.
I didn't know where it was going.
We didn't know it went to that particular cave complex. No. Phil could have just gone down a big hole. But
to go down there and to discover I was in the back end of the same cave system, but then to realise how close we'd been the day before to that amazing chapel.
Yep.
Because that was something I knew was in there, but couldn't find on day one. But coming through from the back, although it was frightening, it gave me a different angle on things, and I looked down that one tunnel and there it was.
Yep.
Absolutely stunning, so atmospheric, so beautiful. I tell you what, if ever you come to this area, it's worth the climb.
It is a bit of a long climb, especially on a hot day, but worth every... Just make sure you take a drink. So
Yes.
when you get to the top, you can sit down, have a rest, have a drink.
A drink and a sun hat.
Yes.
And wear sandals probably, because it's so warm here at this time of year. At least we're here in May, and it's hot on my back right now, and this is in the morning.
And apologies if you can hear cars. It's Saturday morning and lots of people are leaving, so they're packing up their cars and driving away, so it could get a bit noisy, so hopefully it's not too distracting.
That's right. But the adventure wasn't over. I'd been down through that hole in the ground, walked through the caves, faced my fears of wild boar attacking me, come out the exit, told Caroline about the chapel, looked around, and then we went on, because there was more, folks.
Yes, and the next bit,
Really scared you.
it did freak me out.
So before we show you the bits and pieces that Caroline bought there at the farm shop at the beginning of the video, let's go see the complex that scared the living daylights out of Caroline. Just over there, just behind that tree, there's like a cave entrance, but it's very small. Now we understand that this cave entrance is much larger. In fact, I've read reports that it's big enough to take a lorry through. Wow. This is something else. There's obviously a particular infantry was billeted here in 1916 on there. Look at the efforts they made to carve all their headquarters.
It almost looks like a stables.
No, it's a very fancy door.
The fireplace?
Yeah. And that wall would have been up
Yeah.
for light.
The top next door. No, a bit more dramatic, a bit of iron. Another fireplace if you want to come in and show.
Of course.
So far, no signs of the wild boar.
See, some of it is now falling apart. You can see the metal reinforcements that have been bent out of shape. Probably why it's not signposted and why we couldn't find it easily is that while they allow you in, you've not necessarily been given an invitation to enter the caves, so the chances are they won't take liability if you never come out. I can see another inscription down here, so this must have been I assume the 98th regiment. It's been a regiment that side and this side possibly. And then inside here then, I don't know. Somebody's written anarchy on the wall. I presume that's more modern.
Another fireplace. One big wooden beam. Oh, no. There's a bat flew at me.
A bat flew at you?
A bat flew at me.
Okay, that's pretty creepy. Oh, there's another one. Yeah, we got bats in the belfry, folks.
Bats because they suddenly appear.
They're coming out of that cave down there, on your left. See where it's casting a shadow? That's where it is.
There it is again.
Yeah, we got bats in the caves. A small room again, is it? Some fixtures were on the wall originally, so again, just another shaped room. Formed for something or other. If it's for an infantry battalion, yeah, then they probably needed rooms for all sorts of things. Because I have read that there are some in the area. One housed 400 people as a hospital. Another had the capacity for housing 300 infantrymen in a battalion. The lady with the light is gone. Where's my lady with the lamp? Hello, lady with the lamp.
When we got back yesterday, I decided, no, I'm going to be brave today. I'm coming in the caves with you. I got this far and I'm spooked already.
Yeah, I mean, bats flying at you now. See the pillars they leave? That's clever, isn't it? That's your support pillar, look.
There's a little hole there.
Yeah, going through there into the other side.
No, look at the state on the wooden girders.
Yeah. Seen better days. There's dry rot there. Yeah, obviously the large area here is down where the bats are. I'm not going down there. Yeah, that's a bit of original writing at the bottom possibly. So there's actually reading of an underground city that exists. That actually people lived in, I think from the medieval times till the 1700s.
Oh, look at that crack. That makes you a little nervous, isn't it? Oh, look at that spider. Do you see the spider?
We'll see that.
Oh, there's another one. And another one. I think let's move away from this area.
So, if you like spiders, this is the place to be. If you like bats, it's the place to be. If you've been watching a Harry Potter movie every night since you came on holidays, it's probably not the place to be. So, we must be the only people who decide to binge watch the entire Harry Potter series and then go wandering in caves in the middle of nowhere. We must be off our trolleys.
I didn't like that at all. I didn't like those bats, and it always worries me. I don't know anyone it's ever happened to, but they always say, oh, watch the bats, don't get caught up in your hair. Now, I would imagine they're pretty careful and they wouldn't, but it just frightens me.
Yeah, people think because they're blind they can't see where they're going. They've got sonar.
That's right.
They fly better than we do. We can't
they
fly.
definitely fly better than we do.
You know, they don't rely on what we rely on, but they know what they're doing. But still, when there are so many of them, and ultimately we didn't go in there. When first priority is, can I with scared stiff? I wasn't that keen, but obviously we didn't want to distress and disturb them because what had set them going was the light shining
That's
in.
right.
Because
it's supposed to be dark
nice
in
and
here.
dark in there all the time for them. So we headed in the other direction, where the only thing we disturbed, as far as we know, was several spiders. Because that was the other freaky thing.
Yes.
Spiders. You know, in their place, which is down the garden, but they trouble me a bit when I've got to catch them and put them out of the house. But when I'm in their domain, like deep in a cave in the dark, yeah. And as we mentioned there in one of the shots, on that particular holiday, because they have a DVD TV set up in the accommodation, so we bring DVDs with us, and I thought, well, I've never seen Harry Potter, so let's watch the entire series, because everyone's been talking about it for 20 years and I've never seen it. So we did, and as we mentioned, not the best viewing before you go into a dark hole. Well, I did say they were very different locations.
Yep, they were.
And I think you have to agree with me there.
But shall we have a look at what we bought in that first location?
Yes, it's time to get back to shopping rather than exploring.
For those of you who like a bit of retail therapy, here we go.
Right then, as I said, Caroline, and it was Caroline who spent €2 in 3 departments,
Yep.
€6 in total. So come on, darling, show us what was in the first department.
Are you ready for this? Now, I don't buy the standard things. I haven't got anything saying Isle of France or Eiffel Towers. That's not the sort of thing I buy.
No, this is different.
I got some corn. There's actually 3, is it? Or 2 sections of corn there. Yep, 2. Corn dollies. And I got these for €2. And the big reason I got them is for my craft. I can't wait to do some autumn craft with these. I don't know how close I can show you on this camera. It's not our usual one when we do our live shows. But I just love that, and I think I'm going to have a lot of fun with it. Plus, it's really light, so it's not going to cause any problem when we take it home in the car, because we do have rather a lot.
Yeah, I think light isn't our problem. I think our car will carry the weight, it's just the volume.
Yes, this was when we were being really well behaved.
Yeah, it gets, we go crazy later.
We do. I've got this GMC bag, and inside...
Now that is light and small volume.
It
Fair
is.
play, fair play. You win there on all counts.
So I got these, and there's just some little bit of fabric there with some patterning on, and a really pretty lace. Now, I'm not going to show you these in detail because I'm going to show you these on my art channel when I do a French haul. So that's something to keep your eye out for over on my other channel.
And then your third and final €2 purchase.
Look at this. I'm not sure if it's supposed to be just a tree and it's like a country type design, or whether it is supposed to be a Christmas tree, but I want it to be a Christmas tree, so it's a Christmas tree. You've got these little birds here. What do you think?
I reckon you could get away with that as a Christmas tree for sure.
I'm going to call it a Christmas tree, but I can't see how some people would say it's like country core or something like that. I'm not sure if this counts as Majolica. It's a really lovely thing. If I show you the back, it's got no name stamped into it or written on it or anything. But I think that's going to be lovely. The only thing is, and it's always something to be careful of, when you buy something this age that's food related, you don't know it's not a lead glaze.
Yeah.
So if you're going to use this for food, put something on top of it first. One of the doilies. Doilies are coming back into fashion, so get yourself a doily. But that would hide it. So I think I'm going to use this more as like a wall plaque or something like that. I'm going to turn it into something so it can be on display but won't actually be touching any of my food, just in case.
There we go. And whether it's a Christmas tree or whatever, you'll definitely be able to get away with French shabby chic.
Oh, definitely.
Because you can't get much more French.
Shabby.
Oh, shabby. I was being nice. I didn't like to say you can't get much more shabby than that.
Oh, you can. You haven't seen what we bought, so keep an eye out for our other French experience videos, because we've been to some brocantes, which are like markets in the street where everybody brings out all their bits and pieces and you can buy them really reasonably.
And that will be our next video.
It will, so keep an eye out for that one. You're going to enjoy that, especially if you love shopping. That is amazing.
And I get let loose in a history location which I think is pretty much second to none.
Oh yes, pretty impressive.
It was, put it this way, Phil gets to do a history lesson on top of a plinth.
How can you improve on that?
I tell you, it don't get much better. And if you want to see it, then catch us on the next video. But for now, as always, till the next time,
have fun.
bye.